Hello and welcome to my anthology. It is another episode in the kayak. Today we are in the Northern Mallee region, down the Murray River. In this episode we'll take you through looking for some native birds, thanks to the Compact Australian Bird Guide that I purchased years ago, and I do not use that often, so I've had to find a justification. So a video it was. We'll also, of course, take you some scenic paddles. We'll all give you a few fun facts about the river and also maybe explain what the go is with this channel. Hope you enjoy. Now, when looking back on my previous videos, I noticed that I'm not giving that much content of what I'm doing, and it's more of a chop and changey sort of situation with all my stuff, which is fine. I don't mind that for the editing. Some aspects of my previous video I enjoyed its appearance, but in this one I wanted to give a bit more not just the adventure, but maybe some information that we can both learn about the environment I'm interacting with and you're also seeing on your screens there. I've written down in my book a few interesting tidbits about the Murray River, for those that are not from my region of northern Victoria. Okay. The Murray River actually crosses 1/7 of Australia's length. It is a total of 2,508 kilometers, or 1,558 miles to the American viewers out there. Its tributaries, which are those other rivers that enter in it, consist of 5 others, which are also quite lengthy. We've got the Darling, the Murrumbidgee, the Lachlan, the Warrego, and the Peru rivers. This river begins in the Australian Alps to the east of where I am, far east, and flows all the way down to the Murray mouth through South Australia and into the ocean. This river consists of many towns on its shores, and has also been used for trade and luxury throughout the years. You're now about to be head mounted. Alrighty. Slowly get closer to these ones. These ones are Australian wood ducks. Very common in the region and very defensive of their ducklings. I've been chased on my push bike by these things. I don't actually know a lot about bird species, but we're about to learn today. The Australian wood ducks usually go in small flocks and graze short herbage near margins of wetland, including farms and dams, and along inland rivers, and often graze on sport fields. I think I've just scared them off. I'm going to see if I can slowly approach them without scaring them too much. But these bad boys appear to be nearly all over the country, and especially on the eastern side of Australia. Let's see if we can sneak in a bit more. Well, that didn't work. Alrighty. Let's go find more ducks. You can see them in the distance. Okay, there's a couple of wood ducks up ahead by the looks of it, and I've just hit another tree. I need a different kayak, I think. Oh man. Just a couple. I think they are just your bloody common flying rat. They're a couple pigeons. Alright, it's time to approach slowly to this very exciting common duck. It's kind of like some World War II boat war stuff. I don't think this big yellow vessel is helping my approach. Something over there. Doo-doo. Yep, this is excellent content. Oh, that's probably the closest I'm going to get to one, is this one behind the branch. And off he goes. Yeah. More duck. This has just become a duck hunt video. Looks like we've got a new bird up ahead. It's got a long neck and I can't remember the name of these things. These thingies. But should have brought me binoculars. Now it might be a cormorant or a darter. Okay, time to do this. I reckon if we do it like that. Better scare him. Dive he goes. Okay, it's either going to be one of these two ones. You can see his neck sticking out the water there as he goes for a bit of a swim and back onto his branch. Yep, yellow bill, I mean beak. Yep, we're gonna go with this one. The Australasian darter. Large with long, kinked necks and dagger-shaped bill, hunt underwater for fish in most freshwater habitats, can stay underwater for long periods, mostly solitary or in small groups. The voices are a series of ratchet-like croaking clicks. Okay, and it flies strongly and soars in upwards drafts on flat wings. You can see some of these guys when you go kayaking or you go on your boat or you go camping, one of the above, or you just go outdoors, Matt. You can see them have their wings spread out. I don't know if that's to dry their wings, which I'll have to Google that eventually, or you can Google that yourself, audience. But they're a very fun bird to watch. I'm going to see if I can get close enough for the GoPro to pick him up, similar to the duck situation. But I've got a feeling he is going to avoid me. What is he doing? Is he avoiding me? The big yellow taxi approaches. And underwater he goes. Maybe he's hunting. Trying to find some bubbles. Speedboat's not helping, but there he is. And back under. He'll probably end up over there somewhere. Yeah, I'm a genius. Alrighty, before we could hear the how's it put you back on my head? I heard the here we go. The noise? No. Before we heard the darter's call, just before the croaky clicky noise as described in my excellent and exciting book of birds. And you can see over there, and hopefully I can zoom in so you can, there's one behind me. There's one right here, wings spread, and I think that's probably another juvenile. Yeah, all those calls. Interesting. There it goes again. You can probably see him through the bushes there. Let's have a look. It's my favourite game of Pokemon. Oh, tree branch. You're looking like 74. The beak colour's looking like this here for me, guys. What do we got? Eurasian coot. Interesting. A sooty water bird. Or sooty. Oh, that's black. Sooty water bird with white bill and frontal shield. Whatever that means. White bill and frontal shield. And the front of the skull there. Dives readily for aquatic vegetables on large lakes, rivers, estuaries, and urban wetlands, often in large numbers. And I can only see one. Loud, scratchy, crack or criac, also crack, crat, 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 also clipped repeaters, pip, 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 or pit, 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 soft noises. Alrighty, let's wonder if I... Alright, that's enough of that bird. Next. This might actually be a good spot to go find some more. Now I'm just trying to figure out these birds up front, what they are. Big old orange beaks. Maybe they're in the 29. They look kind of like these guys. They look like a tern. They're not very common to this region though. Pale with massive red bills, which they had those red bills. Uncommon but widespread and conspicuous on sheltered coasts and large inland waters, solitary or in small flocks. Hover above, diving for fish, often roosts with gulls and shorebirds. Okay, the Caspian tern. I'm going to just go with that. It's definitely with about 60% confidence that is a tern, simply because the colours match. If you can see them, you got those little green, I don't think they're lorikeets, are they, or parrots? 102. Or are they these ones, the purple? Oh man, I need binoculars, but that's too creepy. I'm not quite at that age of retirement. It was either one of these two, the purple crowned lorikeet, which is a small lorikeet with leaden purple crown on its head. Red underwing covert seen in good views in flight, similar in form and behaviour to little lorikeet, but has proportionately longer tail. Inhabits dry open forests, woodlands and mallee, which is where we are, the mallee, where eucalypts are in flower, commonly in town parks and gardens, and can be rather tame when feeding. Has a tss noise or a shrill or metallic little, or a metallic as little lorikeet, which, where's little lorikeet, which is that one up there. Musk lorikeet, similar, it makes a shrill noise. Oh, behind the branches now, never mind. Oh. Alright, the crowd favourite, you can see these big boys now, the pelican. Oh, fucking hell. One thing about kayaking, does a bit on the bum. Probably just need a better seat, but anyway. Alrighty, the Australian pelican. Big old gurgles. They might attack, who knows. Marine birds, they should be there. They're 21. Oh, yep, cheeky bugger. The Australian pelican. And we've got a gang of them. Oh, they get a courtship flush on their bill. Unmistakable, our only pelican, gregarious and small to large flocks at inland and coastal wetlands, estuaries and bays. Powerful, majestic, gliding flight interspersed with methodical wing beats. Small flocks usually fly in a line formation. Oh, excellent reading skills. Can't believe you need bloody confidence to talk to a goddamn camera. That confidence, baby. The light's making them look grey to me. I think I've finally lost the ability to see colour. Just gonna fly away before I get close to it anyway. Alrighty, one last bird, then I'm going home. It's all about confidence, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. New bird sound acquired, and it looks like it's 57. Sound like somebody with some sort of emphysema. Very familiar. Okay, yep, goodbye. Just take a note of the colours for you all. What do we got? There we go, Australian shell duck. Large blackish duck with orange-brown breast, grazes often in large flocks on pastures or crop stubble, sometimes far from water. Congregates at large wetlands, fresh or saline. The males have a low honk, and the females have a high-pitched one, which I think we just had a male and female there. Alrighty. My butt hurts. I'm going to start paddling back, I think. Well, that actually might work. Thank you very much for coming along with me on this very exciting adventure to find some animals. Just before I let this all go, and once the ripples stop, I'm hoping to bring out more videos of my trips and my adventures to you all, and introduce you to my anthology, which is a collection of stories. It's going to range from kayak camping, because eventually I want to kayak down the entire length of the Murray River, but I also plan in soon time to paddle from Mildura to Renmark, which is a 240 kilometre paddle down this river. I've also got plans of going down to Darwin in the future as well, which will be next month. So hopefully in the coming videos I can get a lot of content of the Northern Territory. I'll also be going to Perth, of which I'm planning on driving in my little shitbox vehicle, and we'll see how we go, because I've got a Hyrox then. I might even do some footage of my training for the Hyrox and whatnot, just because people seem to enjoy watching that sort of content, I guess. And it also like gives me a bit of something to look back to when I'm like old and frail and I can't even get out of my seat because I do some really stupid stuff. Yeah. So the whole purpose of this channel is really just to have a collection of my stories to share with whoever's watching, but mostly my friends and family, I hope. And even if this channel decides to grow and get a bit bigger, then more ducks, and proceeds to get bigger, great, because then I can potentially find a way to actually fund a life I want, which is just a life of just experiences that any white girl wants, I guess. You know, I'd love to, I'm trying to find ways of one day going to Mongolia and riding horses down there, and or hiking in Japan, like going to Canada. And one day I'd love to eventually develop the skill to actually go and hunt animals in Alaska, or get a moose or something of that nature, just to have it off the bucket list, because I really want to experience life in its most authentic ways, which is really just the natural world outside of the man-made structures we have. Yeah. Thank you very, very, very much. I got a stroke. Thank you very much for watching my anthology. It has been Matt. I'll try to bring out videos as frequent as I can. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.